Hello, you guys. Welcome to the live. I'm excited to get into this, actually. It took a while for me to get the appetite to move on this reading. I always receive twin flame energy, I always receive twin flame information, but a lot of times I'm in resistance to it. Because of the confusion surrounding my own twin flame journey. But there are times when I feel like spirit really calms my mind, my spirit, my heart, and my physical life in such a way that, I don't know, it comes in like a bolt of lightning. So the clarity is kind of astounding, and in order to fully digest it, I need to. You ever heard that the best way to truly learn something is to not just absorb it and take it in, but to also teach another? Like, if you can teach it to another, then you really have found the clarity for yourself. So I don't know, but that this is similar to that. So this is where we're at. This is what we're going to do. I'm going to get into it shortly. I was going to see if a few people wanted to come in just for added energy, to kind of, I'm going to do it generally, but so that it definitely can pick up on more than just my personal twin flame journey. Although they kind of mimic each other, especially if it's no contact, you'll find that it's pretty similar. Okay, so I'm going to have a little smoke session, and this is just to make sure that I don't suppress or have resistance to any of the information that I get to channeling once I'm in this energetic frequency. So this just makes it easier to stay in the flow. Stay in the flow, trust the energy, remove doubt, worry, fear, and anxiety, as the only energy accepted is from the Most High anyway. Ashe. Alright. Alright. Gang, what I do for you, I do for me also. Welcome to Energy, where we integrate our inner beings for education, entertainment, and most of all, wholeness. If you find you like what I do, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification before you exit the live. All praise to the Most High. Trust your intuition over mine. But let's go ahead and dig in, you guys. All right, so let's see. So this is for no contact. Okay, twin flame energy. We're going to do a check-in for the feminine and masculine. Just a regular energy check for no contact twin flame journeys only. We're also going to talk about the person in your energy, the person on your mind, and the person coming in. And so it'll be up to you to decide if any of those resonate with the energy of your twin flame. Okay. But I want to give you a little bit for those of you that really don't have a clue what the twin flame journey is, but you see those readings and they just like, it seems like it's hitting your situation perfectly. So I'm going to give a little bit of what I wrote down to express about what I have been able to figure out about the twin flame journey. So basically, the easiest metaphor Well, before I get into the metaphor, in spirit, you are one, existing physically in two separate bodies. So you are one spirit soul that incarnates into this physical reality in two separate bodies as yin and yang, ultra feminine and an ultra masculine. The physical interaction starts the physical interaction or soul recognition, which means that carriers of your energy can initiate the cyclic changes through third parties before or without the physical union. So you could have either connected physically. The eyes are the window to the soul. You could have had that connection, and that could have helped you to like recognize each other or feel the past life energy. Whether you have incarnated physically before and found each other, because some incarnate but you don't find each other every lifetime. Some have found each other multiple lifetimes, and some your past is only in spirit. You have not incarnated physically. So this is you're a newbie, okay? But either way, it starts the metaphysical alchemic transformation that you guys will go through. So sometimes it happens because there is the physical interaction, which leads to soul recognition. And sometimes there is a carrier of your twin flames energy that you interact with, and it's the soul recognition. The energy recognizes one another. So once it gets within a certain proximity, it's like a magnet. It has to come together. So it connects and it exchanges information. So basically the easiest metaphor though is that is like a set of fraternal twins who are separated at physical birth. Okay, so it's a single spirit cell split into two, once conceived by chosen families and given birth to physically. Twin flame journeys tend to be biblical. And just like the Bible, it's an ancient theory with present relevance continuously. It's open to interpretation and is also susceptible to being used as a tool to dominate, manipulate, liberate, and or control certain souls by entities and agencies. Excuse me. So you do have to literally apply your own discernment, judgment, experience, wisdom to the journey. You can't just take everything as a cookie cutter because it is open to so many different interpretations for different reasons. But anyway, the Bible is the easiest way. That's what helps me to make sense of it. I just kind of naturally started to put pieces together because I was raised on the Bible, and I liberated myself from the religion that I was indoctrinated by. But a lot of it, the Bible is what helps me to understand it. So anyway, Immaculate Conception theory, the Jesus Christ experience, Christ consciousness, Adam and Eve, the ark and primals that are gathered in twos in order to be protected in the ark, okay, during emotional floods and things of that sort that happen on a cyclic basis here on Earth, which is why a lot of times you'll hear me talk about the twin flame journey as Hunger Games. All right, so anyway, let's get into it. So no contact twin flame energy check-in. Let's see what's going on individually. Masculine, feminine. Alright, what's going on with masculine and this no contact twin flame? Stagnation is the Eight of Cups in reverse. Stagnation, indecision, staying in a bad situation. Disenchanted though. So some of them could be in another connection. They chose a different direction. They chose another person, or they were already in a situation with a person before even becoming aware of how they feel about you. They're mostly in their ego right now. It could have to do with maybe wanting to be out of the situation that they're currently in. Like I said, the transformations are going to happen on a soul level, on a spiritual level, no matter what. So emotionally, they could be going through things that they truly don't really understand, but it is starting to separate them from the connections that they used to really depend or rely on, or were pretty much codependent on for a long time. So they're having these mind changes and these emotional changes. But I feel like whoever this masculine is, they're unaware of what to do next physically, or how to move through this physically, how to change their reality, get out of this emotional space physically. So that could mean that they're prone to being indecisive. They could have like these flights of fancy that come through from how emotionally drawn to you they are, or drawn away from where they currently are. Like they may have a heartfelt desire for something more or something different, that they may not even be able to fully verbalize. Okay. But likely they can visualize it. But for some, they just don't know how to initiate it. So they're staying in situations that likely may not be good for them. But it does seem as if they are now no longer under the illusion that, for a lot of you, the no contact twin flame journeys, you are in connections where you actually may have thought that you found your twin flame. You could be in a shadow flame connection, or you had a soul level connection, maybe your first real soul connection with someone, and you were pretty much enchanted because of all of the alchemy and all of the extra energy and the gravitational pulls. You started to experience or feel things that you hadn't really felt before. It was a new sense of self. Your mind could have opened. You went through some changes, okay, emotionally. Also, that would translate into like major life shifts physically, mentally, or emotionally, okay? Even spiritual changes, that could be what really initiated your final lies, letting go of whatever religion you may have been like raised by or something like that. But you're no longer like enchanted with the situation just because it changed you, or just because it touched you on a soul level, or because it pushed you to feel and face fears and to deal with pain and to deal with mental and emotional issues that you have never dealt with before. So I feel like this masculine, they are out of that part of the cycle. So they're pretty much like facing reality. That's what I'm hearing. Back to reality. Oop, there goes gravity. Like the veil, it has lifted. I feel like this person really sees clearly. And then with the strength energy, they feel in control of their situation currently. So that may feel comfortable actually. For some of them, they're staying in a bad situation, but I put bad in bunny ears because it's up to interpretation. For them, it could be working out. It does keep them at a lower level. The thing about the twin flame journey is that it's always a reflection of yourself, so it calls and pushes you to become more. They may feel comfortable or cozy in an environment where their true identity is not fully recognized, accepted, or believed. So they're not held to a higher standard, to a higher calling. This is like their opportunity to kind of like hide away. So for some of you, they're in control of the situation that they're in, and it does have to do with the twin flame journey that they may be in with you, which is allowing them to have like a certain inside scoop with the people that they're dealing with, okay? Because with twin flame journeys, really, it's just you and your person. You really are one soul, and everybody around you is a mirror, a reflection. Yeah, okay. So that's what I'm getting here, though. Just a lot of ego. They're not really in their heart space. This may be somebody actually who is, I don't know, it feels like you guys could work together. Now, for some of you, that's physically. Or whatever your choices are, they're working together. This could be someone who deliberately and intentionally tries to be like supportive, or they recognize the connection already. They may not know exactly what the connection is between you, but they recognize that there is a connection between you. And usually there is no physical reason why you should feel so connected to your twin flame initially. Like you don't have the physical evidence of, like, oh, I grew up with this person, I've always known this person, we dated, blah, 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 blah. Okay, at the beginning. But you do feel this connection. So I feel like they do see you, they see or recognize. They've been going through the cycles, growth, learning. For some of them, they're like really working on mastering their intuition. They're focused on their third eye and how it can affect them. Mostly financially, they're like focused on finances, how to build. For some, they may have a lot of awareness of what the twin flame journey is, and mostly they are focused on how they can gain an opportunity or level up financially based on the energy of the connection. So they could be working with you in order to get the payout. All right. Again, that's one of those parts of the twin flame journey which is open to interpretation, but you do have to be careful with that because it can be used to manipulate and to control, dominate, keep people stuck in certain cycles because they're chasing. Okay, yeah, we got the Ace of Pentacles. This person is really, really focused on career opportunities. Maybe things are going well for them financially or physically, so they could be having a good time right now. Like they're on the up and up. It says new beginnings, career opportunities, resources, manifestation, abundance, stability, security, prosperity. I feel like the, excuse me. I feel like the masculine is doing really well financially. Or things look well. It looks good. So that could be another reason why the ego has got them feeling, because for some they just found a way to get out of it and still get the financial benefit that a lot of different connections have been said to have. Okay, so they could be getting a financial benefit. They could really be on the up and up period as far as like finances and things like that, which means that they're cooperating with you in order to create like a business contract. So we'll get into your energy, but likely you should be having some of the same like experiences or wins, okay? Because we do have the Three of Pentacles and the upright, which could mean that you are also benefiting. Like it's teamwork. You guys are collaborating and working together. So you're building separately, but your energy is working together. Okay. We got the Knight of Cups in reverse. There are some emotional issues. So this is where the ego is coming from. A lot of times, and this just depends on your situation. I'm feeling like there are extra people here. So you likely with the Three of Pentacles do have third party or third parties. And third parties don't have to be like a physical person, like one person that they were with romantically. It doesn't have to be their ex. It could be family members, friends, or anything like that. And they may know about or see this person's elevation. They can also feel that this person is detaching or less interested in their current situations. They may even feel that they are being tamed by this person's energy. Okay, they can tell that this person is standing in some kind of power. Okay, so it could be affecting their life with certain people, certain relationships, certain relationship dynamics. They're no longer the same. They're not the way that they used to be. So they may become aware of those changes, which means that this person could be under fire or experience a lot of psychological or emotional warfare or manipulation tactics. It does feel like with the Knight of Cups in reverse, they have went through something like that. Now, it feels like dominantly they're on top of it, but mostly because they've detached. So the thing with your twin flame is likely that they stay removed from their emotions often. Not so much that they're not in them, because it does say heartbreak, disappointment, turmoil, which would say that your person has been in their feelings. So they're aware of their feelings, but they're staying out of it to avoid conflict. And that's likely because they may know exactly what they're dealing with, why they're receiving resistance, why there is chaos, like they're understanding and knowing what's going on with the third parties. So in order to stay in control of what is going on well for them and to stay as stable as they are, this is part of the way that they are protecting themselves, their family, their finances, and also extending that protection to you. Of course, it's your choice if you decide to pick up on this energy and follow suit, but they are giving you a reflection that is showing you how to maneuver through some of the emotional issues that keep the twin flame journey from progressing. Even if it's not about union, it's definitely about benefiting from whatever you get sent in this lifetime. Whatever you have to deal with, having clarity and being able to dominate it is how you benefit. Okay, so it does look like they are benefiting, but it does feel as if there is some kind of clarity or truth that people are seeing, and it is causing emotional issues, or at least it's trying to. But I feel like your person is not really swayed by that. With the strength card, they could be in a den of lions, but your fucking person is the big bad lion. Like, okay. Yeah. Strength. Let me just see right quick before I go. Hold on. There's something else. Oh, wow. And as soon as I picked up my book, it went right to the strength card. Okay, so an extremely powerful card. Strength signifies the Corn's ability to cope with and overcome his problems by facing up to them with courage, determination, and perseverance, rather than trying to avoid them. Okay, so whoever this masculine is, don't sleep on them. Just because they're not doing anything, or just because you sense their indecision, or there is indecisiveness, or they're like in and out, or something like that, or they're still stuck in a bad situation, do not take that for them avoiding it, pretending it doesn't exist, pretending they don't know what they're dealing with or what they're living. Like, they ain't sleep. They ain't sleep. It says, yeah, overcome their problems by facing up to them with courage, determination, and perseverance, rather than trying to avoid them. The Corn is also urged to control negative impulses, such as jealousy. So they are being, they're being like, what do you call that? Provoked. They're being provoked. It's the light in them, and the light that the connection ignites within, because it's really about love and light. It's really about your heart. It's about your soul space. It's about your God and Goddess energy. It's about an energy that is bigger than anything else you've currently been living. So yeah, it makes you feel good. And that light irritates people's demons. So that's what I was saying about the people around them. They could just be experiencing a backlash or going through quite a bit of bouts of that because of what they're sensing and feeling off of your person. Even if their third parties don't know anything about a twin flame journey. Maybe they don't even know anything about you. Maybe this person, doesn't go anywhere. They don't go to work. They don't go out to the club. They keep their phones open. Like, they're literally not hiding anything. They're always in the home, or always, checking in. Like, they could be that type of partner to somebody, but the changes within them will still resonate to that person. It will still irritate their demons. They're still going to be wondering what's going on, because they do not have the kind of in that they used to with that person. So there are separate boundaries that pretty much happen, I want to say, like, automatically at certain points in this journey. Certain things that you may go through with your twin flame cause you to put up these boundaries, which protect you from other people who used to be able to cross those boundaries that didn't exist in order to affect you negatively and to keep you stuck. So yeah, I'm feeling there's a lot going on here as far as transformation and growth. maybe a lot that you're not able to see, okay, or witness. But anyway, it says their urge to control negative impulses such as jealousy, anger, and spite, and instead to direct this emotional energy into more positive expressions in order to overcome obstacles to happiness and fulfillment. So that feels like that is why they are prioritizing work or finances or family, because that is a easy way to transmute the energy, to take their attention off, because that's what when your light riles up other people's demons, they want to draw you into their darkness so that they can absorb or steal your light. So after so many cycles of that, you wise up to it. I feel like this is a masculine that knows what the fuck is going on, and they're not playing that game this time around. So they are finding really positive ways to use this energy. Another thing too is you may find yourself on the masculine or the feminine side. There is a dominant masculine and a dominant feminine, but you guys, you interchange. You can move back and forth fluidly through those energies. So you know, take whatever resonates is what I want to say. If it's you, it's you. If it's them, it's them. All right. On another level, the recovery of health and well-being is indicated, confronting problems and strength of will. All right. So they could have been sick recently, maybe due to resistance to the connection, or resistance that they were pushing through with going through cyclic issues. And like I said, spiritual warfare, emotional manipulation, the provoking, devil energy, okay, things like that. All right, what's going on with the Three of Pentacles for this masculine? And then we're going to move on to the feminine. What's the Three of Pentacles? Three of Wands. Oh, they're building up these finances and they're building up their life. They're building up their finances. They're building up their physical life. They're building up themselves physically. They're pouring into their family. This is like a level up. This person is leveling up with the intention on continuing to move forward. So maybe they're not doing much of anything now, but they are intending to take new direction. Or to continue in the direction that they're currently going. And they have let something go. So they are focused on a new vision, okay? This person may have erased the board multiple times. They could have had a vision or a plan going forward, but they've kind of went back to the drawing table a couple times. It does feel as if they do have a vision in mind, something that they want to pursue, a certain way of doing things. They're finding that direction. They have the confidence with strength. It says confidence, finding confidence, expansion, foresight. Okay, they could already be taking certain actions that will push them forward. With this Mars energy in Capricorn, I do feel like they're working toward their goals. They may have new opportunities that are already on the horizon, or things that they can see coming towards them that they know will help them in this advancement, and they're willing to take a chance. So that's the energy that I'm getting off of the masculine over here. Sounds good. Let's see what's going on with the feminine in this no contact twin flame journey. All right. Welcome in. Hello to the chat. All the positive energy you send, I send it back to you times 10. All right, what's going on with the feminine? We got the Hangman. Okay, you kind of not doing much of anything that can be seen on the outside either, as far as like movement forward or new connections or changing major life changes. But I'm getting very similar energy. I love this. You guys are twinning. I haven't even got all the cards out yet, just channeling. But the Nine of Pentacles, the Hangman, and then the Nine of Pentacles. That's really good. Independence, confidence. Feeling yourself. You may actually be single, not attached. A lot of you, especially the feminine energy, you pursue roles or lifestyles that, because you guys are high priest and high priestess. That's another, I was talking about the things you could relate the twin flame journey to. High priest, high priestess is another one. But yeah, you could be following like a high priestess lifestyle. You're really focused on your intuition, and understanding your third eye awakening, maybe even more so than your masculine. Like you could really be engrossed in that. This could be like a spiritual, you probably were already spiritual. So like I said, if you lost your religion or left your religion and you connected with God on a personal level, this just adds to your understanding of God and how God affects, how God, the devil, demons, angels, how all those things affect you in your personal life. And the twin flame journey does add to that clarity. Okay. We also have the Knight of Wands in reverse. So you're a little passive aggressive. I'm getting this feminine energy is a little passive aggressive. But let me keep going. A little passive aggressive, but I was getting like it's coming from a very strong independent streak. So for some of you, you are like in resistance to the connection, or maybe the connection's influence over you and what it is trying to get you to do or not get you to do. Like you could be pushing against it because it feels as if it's like trying to control your life. Okay, like it's having too much of a say so, or too much of a hold, or too much, it's too loud. Okay, for some of you, I feel like you're running. So maybe you're getting a lot of music downloads. You're getting a lot of your person's energy throughout the day, maybe memories, especially if you have been in some kind of physical contact before. So you could be getting a lot of that past nostalgia or reminiscent energy, and you may be guarded to it emotionally. Okay. What else with the Knight of Wands? Also, some of you may have already had like a sexual interaction, okay, or you've had some kind of spiritual, like sacral, some kind of sacral connection here. If that's the case and your sacral chakras are connected, then you could actually be experiencing like a deep, passionate desire for your person sexually. And so a lot of you are like, I feel like this feminine could be pushing away from them, or a little bit sexually frustrated and irritated by the connection. So they could be resisting their connection to them, like even certain insights, certain awarenesses of this person, like visions, visuals, music. They may be resisting all of that or pushing it away in order to protect themselves, okay? Because they don't want to fall into a lack of self-discipline or being reckless, because of the amount of passion or fire that they could be receiving, okay? So I feel like they're protecting themselves. They're protecting their energy. They're protecting their sacral chakra. They're protecting this journey. They're protecting their independence, their self-discipline, their self-sufficiency, and taming. Okay, pretty very similar here to the masculine energy. So if this is your masculine and you thought that they were sending you a lot of passionate energy, or like they're trying to trigger you, I do not think that that is them. I think that they're doing the exact same work as you, like trying not to feel this like sexual pull or call into pushing you out, out to pursue connections or run into situations with people who are in a lust-based energy, full of lust, okay? People that you don't really trust, but are satiated by the energy that the twin flame dynamic can create. So I feel as if they are protecting themselves and protecting their energy and taming their sexual demons. I feel like you are doing the same. But for some of you, you may be running because you think it's your twin flame that is like trying to pursue you and send you all of this sexual energy. I definitely do not think that that is the case in this particular set of twins on my table. Some people will say like your twin flame will never do that, or they would never treat you that way. They say, some people say it's all bad and it's all good. My personal opinion is until somebody really has recognized you as their twin flame, and also is consciously aware of what that could mean or how it's affecting their life, like until their heart space is open on the subject of you, they're not a divine masculine or a divine feminine. So they're likely not going to operate and move in the highest, of your highest good or on the highest timeline. They're still prone to regular human behavior, as are you. So you go through the toxic cycles, you go through the karmic cycles. And depending on who you are and how you move, until you really have this like soul recognition with your twin flame, that you can't really say that they're not going to do this or they're not going to do that. I feel like there is a certain point in the journey where your soul recognizes their soul truth so much that you can see through anything they're giving you or showing you, anything that's happening in the physical. You can empathize and understand them. So it does make it difficult, because to harm them or to treat them harshly is to do the same to yourself. You almost receive karma instantaneously when you go against that, because it's like going against your own soul. You're trying to put a sword in their heart, but you're putting one in your own. Okay, like that. So the blowbacks will awaken a person a lot quicker, sooner, when it's your twin flame. But by no means do I think just because a person is your twin flame that you can expect that they're always gonna, be right by you, or that they're not going to. Put it into perspective. It's relative. All right, we also have, we have Judgment here for the feminine. So you know what? You have the Hangman and the feminine. These are two major arcanas coming out right with one another. I feel like you are sitting still, but mostly because you are coming to a space where you are deciding to make some pretty finalized decisions in your life. You may have been stuck in indecision as well for a period of time, and you could be tired of that. Excuse me. For some of you, you have sacrificed a lot of your independence or things that you naturally would do if you did not know of this person or know of the twin flame journey altogether. I am also getting that you have been doing some self-reflection here for the feminine energy. I feel like there was some issue where forgiveness was needed. Maybe it was you that needed to offer it, or it needed to be received by you or accepted. I feel like there is awareness of that. I also feel that is releasing you from sacrificing yourself for the sake of this person.
$3.
You need some dollars?
Yeah.
Okay, you can go get $3. 3.
Yep.
Bring them to me so I can see you got the right amount.
Okay.
Go get 3. You got dollars in your drawer? Okay, go get them out of my drawer. $3. Yep, go get 3. Okay, so in my room, baby, you know where money is. Okay. There also could be something new that you're becoming aware of, which is creating an awakening. So I feel like you may have already made some kind of sacrifice. You could have sacrificed your interest in the connection. You could have sacrificed spiritual activities for a period of time for freeness from the connection. How many did you get? You got 3? Let me see. Give me 1 second, you guys. I'll be right back. Okay. Okay, so here we go. So yeah, you are coming to some judgment. You're making a judgment call or making a decision. I feel like this is to free yourself. It feels like liberation energy, especially with the Knight of Wands. Like I said, there are entities and agencies, some of which you came from, that will use the twin flame journey to dominate or control. Okay, so this could be a feminine who has noticed areas of their life where this connection or this I'll just say the title, the journey, you know, has created some kind of stagnancy for them and has kept them stuck in some kind of cycle of sacrifice. Okay, that could be sacrificing what you want to do. For some of you, you may be single and you are ready to be in a connection. Obviously, this is no contact, so you're not with your person, you're not with this twin flame. So you have a desire for a physical body in your life, a physical person to, you know, connect with and have a relationship with. Like, a lot of you are ready. Maybe you're ready for marriage or you're ready for children, depending on where you are in life currently. So I feel like you could be pushing against this connection or at least trying to get out of it. I'm not feeling the same kind of cooperation that I was getting from the masculine on the feminine side. I feel like you may be benefiting, but it does seem, okay, no. Complacency, workaholic. Okay, so some of you are, but you're bored with, so you are cooperating. I feel like you could be cooperating. You're seeing some kind of physical way in which the connection does assist or help you, but you consider it to be dull. You may see this person as someone who does not live up to what the connection pretty much promised you, or what you know the connection could be. You could be gaining, becoming impatient with it, especially if this was a connection where you actually were working with this person because you envisioned that this person would be moving forward towards you. So some of you have kept yourselves stuck or in the same space because of this. Like, I'm getting somebody may have wanted to move. You may have wanted to move like out of state or even overseas. Okay, and you've chosen not to because you were trying to see what was going to come of this twin flame journey. So some of you have been stuck in complacency and stagnancy as well. It doesn't really feel as if you're in a bad situation so much as you are pretty independent and probably feeling good about where you are currently, but it definitely feels as if you are ready to move forward or expand. Okay. All right, let's see. What's the Knight of Wands in reverse? Seven of Wands. Oh, yeah. You are guarded toward this person. You're guarded toward your twin flame. Maybe for good reason. I'm going to say it could be for good reason. Especially if the connection pushes you into a sacrificial energy, which just would mean that you would feel like you need to care more about their feelings than somebody who was typically, like if you were in the same situation with someone else and you knew nothing about a twin flame journey, you may not offer any of the niceties, any of the humbleness, any of the, like, you would not sacrifice certain things. You would not sacrifice your ego. You would not deal with a lot of the things that you are dealing with here if that was the case. Okay, so you are now putting up certain boundaries in place, which no longer, I feel like your twin flame no longer has, they had like a VIP. They had like a VIP. That's probably the soul recognition, but you were giving them a lot of liberties, or you created an opening. You were maybe lackadaisical with certain boundaries because of this person and your soul recognition with them, but it did not really equate to physically what's going on or emotionally what's going on. So you weren't really honoring your mind. You may have been honoring your heart over your mind. So now this is like balancing it out. I feel like you have had this time to balance those two things out so that you can move more with your wise mind than being manipulated emotionally by the connection. It says defensive, strong-willed, determined, protective, perseverance, persistence. Like, you're going through the same things with your twin flame that I feel like they're going through with third parties. So they are maybe to you a reflection of what it is that they're going through with their third parties. Because it's the same dynamics. Stagnancy, having to come to some kind of decision, needing to tame, dominate, create a separation or division between certain energies that are trying to take advantage of the connection or advantage of your emotional or your sacral space, your sacred space. Also, the perseverance, having to like push forward, to kind of force yourself to be able to move forward, to make a change, fighting for what you think is right, being willing to take a chance on advancement, being ready to move forward. Okay, you guys are 20. I'm going to say you're 20. So even if your journey, it does not feel good with what you feel you are going through, for a lot of you, they are receiving the karmic lesson of it because they're going through it right now with third parties. So this means for the feminine energy, your exodus from this particular cycle in your twin flame journey releases you to a higher timeline. This is going to be a level up for you. This is going to be a level up for you. And if once they finish with this third party energy, this will also be a level up for them as well. All right. So let's take a look. This is pretty much just to check and see just how clear your energy is. Let's look at the person in your energy and see who that is or what that is. Tell me about the person in your energy currently. From my collective spirit, tell me about the person in your energy currently. The Hierophant, the Eight of Swords, the Six of Swords. Okay, for some of you, the person in your energy currently, it could be your twin flame, but it doesn't have to be. It does feel like somebody that you had a commitment with, or you could have been married to, you may feel committed to, but this person could be insecure. And this is someone that you're actually like learning lessons from. You're like moving forward away from this energy. So there is someone in your energy, but I don't feel as if the energy currently is peaceful or welcome, maybe. It could be assisting you though and giving you clarity. The Ten of Swords. Oh. Okay. This Hierophant, this could be, like I was saying, entities, agencies. This could be a religion. This could be an entity that was ruled, a religion that was ruled by an entity. It feels suppressive and like a soul contract. But for some of you, it's a physical contract. So it could be like you could be married, or you could be separated. It could be someone that you're actually moving on from. Because there's an ego death here. So there's something that had to be cleared emotionally. It could be somebody that's in your energy because they had a connection with you. They could be insecure or worried or concerned of whether or not you have a soul connection with someone else. They could be worried about losing you, losing your loyalty, you losing their connection to you, especially if this person was able to if they were able to create a third party, like if this was the carrier of the person's energy, they benefit off of your connection. So your detachment from your twin flame equals an ego death for this person. Like they cannot exist in the same energy. They're kind of like, they become like your baby. They cannot exist in the same frequency if you and your twin flame disconnect. If you disconnect, that energy drops, and so do your third parties. So it feels as if this could be a lesson that you're learning. This could be something that you have now moved into, where you are disconnecting from the soul contract part of the connection, and that's leaving someone in darkness. They could feel bound. They could be very insecure. Okay, they could even be in spiritual imprisonment, kind of like stuck in their feelings and not knowing what's going on or how to get out of them. This is creating peace for you and likely for your twin flame as well. And it's a protection for your journey forward. So you may have had like a third party in your energy in addition to possibly your twin flame. If you had your twin flame in your energy, it was helping you to stay unbothered and at peace the entire time. The third party is experiencing an ego death. Now, without your twin flame in your energy, because the two of you are working together to get through this cycle, without your twin flame in your energy, you may have been more susceptible to this past person's influence or the third party's influence. So this ego death may have hit you. But instead it didn't. Okay. So it passed over you. And that's because of your connection to your twin flame, but your separation or division when it comes to, I feel like emotions. This is emotional disconnect. Okay. All right. Energetically, I feel as if there is a moving forward. So there could even be, you could be feeling more clearness in your energy, or you will very soon, where it feels like you have autonomy once again over your energy and less commotion, because not only is the third party eliminated, but your twin flame may be removing themselves as well. You still got dollars. As many as you have in your drawers, as many snacks as you can buy. Go ahead and put the yes, go put it in my drawer. Okay. All right, let's hurry up and get through the rest of this. Let's see. The person that you're thinking about, whether or not it's your twin flame, just the person on your mind. And then the last will be the person coming in. Okay. Oh, good job. You remember they $2 for $1.
Yeah, no, 2. Hey?
Yes, you got 2. There you go.
No.
$1 is 2 for $1. Yep. Okay, let's see. Person on your mind currently, love bombing. Someone who is love bombing you, overly attentive, showering you with affection, but you feel like it's for personal gain. So maybe you had someone that was sending energy towards you or trying to get you to reminisce about feelings of love or something like that. It probably could have been a past lover. The person on your mind, though, you feel as if they have some kind of goal or some kind of manipulation. So you may be guarded toward that person emotionally, which is why you're being more logical or methodical with your dealings with whatever you're receiving from this person's energy. We have lipstick evidence. So this is not somebody that you consider to be loyal. Betrayal. Okay. You could feel as if this person is trying to betray you. Maybe it's you don't trust them. Person in your mind right now is not somebody you trust. It's also someone you feel that uses emotions against you for personal gain. Okay, good though. You are maintaining balance, peace, and happiness. We have harmony. So if there was confusion, if you were stuck in some kind of confusion, you definitely got yourself out of that, likely just by accepting the facts. Yeah. We have legal in reverse. This person should not even be in your energy. They shouldn't be in your energy. They shouldn't be in your mind. This is someone who's crossing boundaries. Crossing boundaries and helping you to instill boundaries. You done for right now. Okay, thank you. All right, I'll be done with my reading shortly, but I still got probably about another 15 minutes. If that, maybe 10. Okay, tell me about the person on your mind. Hold on, y'all. Okay. Tell me about the person on your mind. What's okay? Gemini, Aquarius, Libra, Queen of Swords. Even if it is somebody that's trying to love bomb you, I don't think it's possible. Your clarity is too strong. Okay. Also, I feel like there's too much awareness of maybe this person's intentions. If this is someone that was easy to get into your mind, maybe to manipulate or confuse or agitate, you're seeing straight through that with the sword energy. So your intuition, ooh, if you've been working on your third eye, it's at an all-time high. That's what I'm getting. It's at an all-time high. Okay, what else? King of Swords in reverse. Some of you, it is your twin flame, King of Swords in reverse, but they're in karmic energy, or they could be toxic. This could be someone that is, for some of you, your twin flame has love for you, but they're also in a connection where they have given their heart to someone else simultaneously. So the person that is a third party, and when they become awakened to the presence of you and their energy, they could become savage, cutthroat. Okay, it could create this like warfare type of energy. That's why you probably have your sword out here mentally, because it causes confusion or chaos for you. It could also cause illusions, but I feel like you're seeing through that. What I don't like, though, is that with the King of Swords in reverse, it feels as if they could be aware of this. So that's probably why you don't trust them, how you're seeing them as a betrayer. And for some of you, even if it's your twin flame, the energy that they're in, this could be their truth. Okay, I would not put it past somebody. You need to trust yourself, and you need to trust what you feel is going on. Now, for some of you, like I said, in this situation, I feel like this person has been caught. So it could also be a situation where they're in a connection, they're like still in karmic energy, or they are being toxic. They're literally using the connection in order to connect with you emotionally, because they know the benefit that they could get from it. Which could mean that they're either lying to you or lying to the third party or lying to both of you. Okay, so it could be a very toxic individual that is trying to use like mental games to get you to open up emotionally. But again, that's the energy that I was talking about. It could be them, or they could be ruled by an entity. Or this may not even be your twin flame. This could be the entity that I was talking about. King of Swords in reverse sometimes is spoken of as a impersonable force. I'm going to read it. But I feel as if whoever is in your mind, that I don't know, but you have to work through that. And I feel like you can. You have the Queen of Swords, so you have the clarity. And this is like misinformation, confusion, illusions. The way you could tell is it's fear. It's fear-based. All right, let's see. So let's see. What's the King of Swords in reverse? I just wrote that scripture on my board for every day. That God does not give us fear. God gave us power, love, and a sound mind. So anything that is not of love, anything that does not keep you in your power, anything that tempts or tries to distort your sound mind, that is not of God. That is not of love, which means it's not of your twin flame, not their truth. Okay, so either that person is manipulative and toxic, or you are entangled. There is some energy that is trying to cause a toxic turn or cycle to begin. All right, so yeah, just keep your wits about you. Keep your wits. All right, what's the King of Swords in reverse? Destructive. It's a destructive energy. Bully. Exploitation and confrontation. The appearance of the ill-dignified king should act as a warning of a domineering bully in the Corint's life. This person will most likely be seeking to exploit the Corint's weaknesses and will resort to aggression where deceit and low cunning fails. Confrontation rather than appeasement will secure better results for the Corinth. So you do have to stand up to it. And basically it's just the battle of wits. It's knowing your mind, knowing your truth, knowing your authenticity, being who you are, taking control over your mind, over your mental faculties. Okay, not letting anything intercede. I don't care what it is, but nothing trumps the clarity that you have. Okay, nothing trumps your clarity. If it don't feel right, it ain't right. All right, let's see. Harmony, balance, peace. It's trying to get you. Okay, so mentally, whoever this person is in your mind, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, this could be somebody that you're thinking about, someone who thinks about you, or someone that you used to give a lot of your mind to, so they have access to you. You need stronger boundaries. You need stronger boundaries. Some of you need to take more control over your thoughts. You could be subjective to doubt. This could also represent your own shadow energy if it's not your twin flame. It may not be your twin flame. It could be you and you, a battle between you. So you are stuck in indecision. You're going back and forth. You can see the positive side of something. You can see the negative side of something. With twin flames, it tends to be about 50-50. So it can cause for a lot of illusions and confusion in the mean in between time until one or the both of you does something to tip the scales in the positive favor. Okay, so it's like 50-50 until something changes, and then all of a sudden you're for it or you're against it. You make a solid choice. So right now I feel like your sound mind, the things that you are clear about and that you know, is the way to go. Anything that you focus on that is causing too much indecision is going to disrupt your peace and harmony. So for some of you, you're choosing to let go of these theories. You're choosing to let go of a lot of the excessive thinking. Okay, maybe even overthinking the connection or the person. It could also be causing relationship issues if you guys are in a connection with someone else, or if you are trying to move on with someone else. It could be difficult for you to do that if you continue to go back and think about this person or this connection. So it could be causing issues right now with you even feeling good about the person you're talking to, or feeling good about possibly, if you're single, getting back out there in the dating world. Okay, that is not what the connection is meant for. And that definitely means that it's getting too much of your attention. It's taking over your mind. Okay, so let's see. What's the last with legal in reverse? Oh, it's the Emperor. Good. Okay, you're already getting ready to do that. Or you've already done that. You've already did this work. For some of you, the person that's on your mind could be a divine masculine. Whether or not they're a twin flame, I don't know. But you could have a divine masculine that is also on your mind. Things may not be balanced out with this person, but I feel like they will be once you finish working through this energy. Like I said, it could be threatening to disrupt your harmony and your peace, which would also stagnate you or keep you from moving forward to this divine masculine or feminine, sorry, with the Emperor. It just means that this is likely someone who will pursue you when you are clear about who you are, how you feel, and what you're ready for. So that clear energy signal of you standing, being in your authenticity is what attracts the divine masculine towards you. Okay. And for some of you, you just haven't attracted that, or you haven't attracted your twin flame in divine masculine energy because you have not moved into your divine feminine energy, and vice versa. You have not attracted the clarity or the feeling, the harmony, the emotional resonance of your divine feminine energy because you are not standing or operating fully in your divine masculine energy. So it's kind of like a time or a waiting game. All right, let's move on last to the person that is coming in to you guys. The Emperor. I did do some signs, but the Emperor have Aries, Virgo, Taurus, Scorpio. All right, tell me about the person that is coming in. Tell me about the person coming in. Tell me about the person coming toward my collective for this no contact twin flame energy check-in. It's in depth. I gave you guys an hour of twin flame only info. All right, who's coming in towards you? We have detective in reverse, player, squad, SOS. Interesting. This person is like a walking contradiction. Who's coming in? Sneaky link. All right. Light bulb moment on the bottom of the deck. You likely have a water sign and an air sign that are coming in, and they're coming in together. So whichever one, they're coming in together. Somebody's riding the wave of another. Like whoever this is, they're carrying a third party. It doesn't have to be romantic. It could be a family member or a friend. But there are two people coming towards you or two people coming in. Now, this feels like it must be energetically unless you guys are like connecting or partying or you guys, hang out together. That could be another thing. I feel like the main person who's coming towards you could be a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Now, this person is coming towards you really with no intention with detective in reverse. They may just be drawn or attracted to you. They're not in a very serious energy. They more so could see you as a friend or they want to be friends with you. They could be seeking options, so they could be attracted to you. But it doesn't look like they're looking to settle down or create anything serious. And the person that is in their energy, who they could be friends with or is a part of their soul tribe or someone that they have reconciled with, whoever this third party is, it could be the air sign, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. Now, this person is coming in to distort the energy and to cause distress. Okay, because it says that they're trying to create a connection that happens secretly. So I feel like you may have a person that is coming towards you physically that is either, they're like a trickster. There's a water sign who I feel is attracted to you, or you guys have a soul connection, but they're carrying another energy who is trying to create a sexual connection with you, or it's like a demon. There's an attachment. Somebody has an attachment to them. And that energy is what is coming towards you. So when this person gets close to you, whoever this is, I keep wanting to say your twin flame. So it could be your twin flame. For some of you have a twin flame that's coming towards you. But that person also has somebody else in their energy that is trying to distort the energy and create another connection with you. Yeah. So for some of you, you're going to become aware of this almost instantaneously, and you will receive inspired action on how to maneuver this. As a matter of fact, the fact that this is happening is going to be a lucky break in your connection. This could facilitate some kind of memory here that awakens. It's going to create a turning point. So this could be like a turning point in your connection. It says good things coming. So I feel like whoever is coming toward you, I feel like they're coming toward you genuinely because they're just attracted to you, or they feel close to you. But there is someone trying to take advantage of your closeness or your emotional connection. It's like trying to taint it or throw a bomb in there. Okay, it's like somebody bringing you a gift, or coming, you know, to be sweet or nice, and someone spikes it, or someone taints it, or someone hides a bomb in there. They're trying to create some kind of separate dynamic, something that's unseen that they may benefit from, but likely is not of your person, of your twin flame, or anything that would be beneficial to you. Okay. And it does feel like you're not really going to see them coming, or you're not going to really know that they're getting close to you with the detective in reverse. But the way you'll know is when the peace is disrupted. So if this is your twin flame and they're coming towards you in authenticity and good energy, you just feel a little bit closer. You may resonate with them a little more. You're not quite as guarded or resistant or overly anxious about the connection. You're not even really thinking about it because you kind of feel like you know where they are on the subject of you. And that could be enough for you to know that you guys just have good feelings about one another. It's like a peaceful type of no contact situation. But the agitation, that is coming from a third party. That is coming from the carrier energy. So that should be your alert system to the fact that you may need to detach, step back, and definitely don't make any moves until that chaotic energy subsides or moves away from you, because it's trying to create an attachment to you, your person, or this energy that the two of you are creating. So you want to wait until that flushes out before you take action. But I feel like you're going to know. Okay, and this should be a turning moment for you. So for some of you, this water sign, it doesn't look like it's anything serious, but this definitely could be a friendship, or it could turn into something emotional or something fun. Okay, and flirty in the future. All right, you guys, I'm going to leave this energy here. That is my time in case I did not see you in this live for this twin flame journey. Hopefully I will see you in the next. This is me and mine, blowing you kisses, waving and saying good afternoon, good evening, and good night.